Good morning. This is a team creation video for EGE Roller Derby. So I had a chance to play Roller Derby early yesterday with, I had not yet digested. I had not read the rules but one time. I had not digested my coffee. So I made a few errors in that game. Everything is well described in the rules. There is no reason to fret that. I just made a couple of errors and made some assumptions that I should not have. But the game still played perfect. As I said before, great game design will play and overcome mistakes and allow you to enjoy a game even if you're doing it wrong. And of course, Christopher's provided a brilliant roller derby game. This will be the fourth game that I've played seriously. Gladiators was the birth of the EG system. Tally Ho is my flagship of the system. I'm very, very proud of Tally Ho. 1-0 is incredibly fun. This game, of all four games, continually proved to me what an elegant and superb, simple little system this is. What's so amazing about the system is Christopher proves that somebody other than me can use this simple little system, even though I may not be great at writing the book for it, and can again put it in practice in another sport entirely, and it is so elegant and so smooth. It is butter smooth, and it's a joy. It's unbelievably fun. It's a game system that every time I play one of the games, I'm just absolutely mesmerized by. And it's one of those things where I sometimes ask myself, how did this come about? Where did this come from my head? And then again, I have to just give all credit to the universe. I have to give all credit to the muse visiting these ideas through me. So, okay, we are going to make a team. So this is so much fun. I'll be creating a team and adding them to one of the leagues in the book. I don't want to make all 6 teams. I want to have my own team. And we have, we're going to add, because there's a league in here that only has 5 teams historically, and that is the NSD 61 to 88 league. They have only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we would make the 6th team joining this historical league. So we can assume that we're operating from 1962 on or something. So we are the Montrose Dragonfaeries. We are green, orange, and gold. Our logo is a menacing flying fairy with a dragon head and tail and tiny little wings, wielding a trident and on roller skates. So you can imagine what our 1960-something stylized logo of this dragon fairy would look like. We will be playing... we will be hosting matches at our stadium, which is really the old MAC building, Montrose Athletic Club building. A round and round arena is what we call it. I'm the owner. Jason Wildman Graham stands around with a cola looking official, so I'll just be always seen standing around somewhere watching with a Coca-Cola in my hand. Head coach is Wilma Moss Swearington. A squatty ex-pro covered in unrecognizable tats, growls out coaching tips and swears a lot. And now we need to roll up our team, folks. This is just so much fun. This is why I like fictional games, but also why I love games that aren't so. The gameplay can be as serious and as invested as you want, but you have these opportunities to enjoy the history or the otherworldliness of it, so to speak. And what I mean by that is I don't know anything about the NSDA. That was obviously going long before I was born and only stopped shortly around the time I graduated high school. So I don't know anything about these teams, right? I mean, there are those out there who do, and they'll follow this. But so it's real, but it's in a way fantastic for me because I don't have any expectations of these. So it's like these real teams are like fictional teams for me, which makes for some freedom. Okay, so we have the girls named and the boys named. I just haven't rolled them up yet. The men and the women named. I just haven't rolled them up yet. So we're going to do that now. It's very simple. It's an elegant. Again, he does a great job just making it simple. And everybody who buys my game should know I go out of my way to make sure creation and off-season are very simple. I don't want people wasting time with administrative, grueling tasks to create teams. I want them to be able to get in, make teams, get their imagination going, sit down and play the games quickly, and then go through the off-season, see how the teams or players change, and then make trades, whatever you do, and then get on to another year and watch how your little world evolves, right? So Sally Meacham, and I won't be putting them in order. I'll just roll them up. I can always reorganize my rosters in order of value. So right now we're just going to roll them in linear order, but their salaries may not match their ratings. So Sally Meacham is 3. 3 is a 2, and I can choose, which I love this. This is really cool. He gives you a choice. You can have the 4 to 6 range or the 8 to 10 range. She will have the 4 to 6 range. And her block, 1 is a 2 or a 12. Well, we're going to give her the higher. We're going to give her the out there 12. Gladys Rivera, she is 1. Oh, wow. Dang it. Well, she will definitely be, pardon me, she will be moving down. And again, she's 3 to 5. We're going to go 10 to 12 for her. And her block rating is a 2, a 3, or 11. Well, we're going to keep her in that range. So she's a 10, 11, or 12. So she's going to be very interesting indeed. She'll probably end up being bench 1 or 2. Sissy, Lights Out Lincoln. Let's hope she's got a nickname. So let's hope to God I roll high for her. 5, 3, Hot Diggity. I like that. And she is 3 to 6 again. Now we got to go 8 to 11. We're going to mix it up. Remember, he recommends in the rules that you kind of balance out these numbers so you can kind of cover the ranges well enough. And we rolled a 3 for her blocking rating, 4 to 10. We're going to go 4. So we're going to loot just the opposite. When she's not scoring, she's knocking somebody. So imagine this is when Sally's racing to try to get points. This is when she's fighting somebody off. So I like to mix these up. Now this one clearly, when she's running to try to score, she's also trying to block somebody. So imagine that there'll be times where she scores the same time she knocks somebody on their butt. So if you haven't figured it out yet with the EGE game, these little numbers will tell you narratively exactly what the heck things look like as they come around and around and around. And if you haven't figured out how the EGE system works when it creates the visual narrative, this is what makes it so brilliant. It's such a simple system, but it literally doesn't have to walk you through a flipping of the cards or invented tables of details. You can see exactly how Sally is scoring and blocking. All right, Monica Harris. She's a 1. Dang it, a 0. Okay, we already have a 10 to 12, so we're going to go 3 to 5 on her. That's not bad for I mean, 3 to 5 is actually not too bad for a, and 3 though, she's going to block on a 4 or 10. Again, she's going to block, when she's not trying to score, she's going to be trying to play defense. She's going to be trying to block somebody. That's kind of how I see these in a way. And oh, another 1. Are you kidding me? No. And we're going to have, we've already got a 10 to 12. Okay, we're going to have another 3 to 5. And this one, though, will be a blocker on 3. 4 to 10 again. So we're going to block on 4. So these two will be trying to score on the same turn that they're both maybe blocking differently depending on what's going on there. Come on, we need to have better than this. No! Jiminy, another 1. We're going to be very bad. Well, we are an expansion team, so that makes sense. 8. Oh, no, 10 to 12. So, come on, have a good block. 2, 3 or 11. Well, we're going to have a block of 3. And then we have Valerie Neighbors. Watch her blow up. Now, again, right now she's on the bench, but I'll reorganize this. And she's a 3. Okay, good. 2. Whoops. And again, we already have a 4 to 6. We already have an 8 to 11 and a 10 to 12. Yeah, we're going to have to make 8 to 10. Yeah, we got to have another 8 to 10, I think, right? Yep, that gives us 3, 1, 2, 3. Valerie Neighbors. Yeah, let's have our top 2 girls be just the opposite. And 5, she blocks on a 5 or a 9, baby. We're going to block on a 9. So Valerie Neighbors, Sally Meacham, and Sissy Lights Out Lincoln. Hot damn. But we have way too many zeros on this girls team. We're going to have to be getting better and quick. I have a feeling Wilma Moss Swearington is going to be swearing a whole lot at these girls to get better, damn it. Okay. All right. The men, Greg Armbender, Cunningham. With a name like Armbender, he better have a high salary. And it is a 4. 4 is a 2. So another 2. We're going to go 4 to 6 again. And his block is a 6. We're going to go 5. So on the same turn, he's trying to get around and score. He will also be knocking opponents off their butt. So you can imagine this is when they're elbow to elbow. 2 jammers skating like hell to get around and score. They would be elbow to elbow. And while he's trying to get an egg up, he'd be arm bending and trying to push that other person out of the way. So he can score, but he can also block on the same. So when I roll a 5 in game, he will be scoring, but at the same time, he'll be blocking anybody else who can score on a 3 to 5. So Greg Armbender, pretty cool, right? That's how that's going to look when you can see it in your mind's eye. All right, Simon Dirt with an E is 3. Simon Dirt is a 2. All right. And again, we're going to make him an 8 to 10. And his block is a 6. Hot damn. We're going to block on a 9. So we got 2 guys, not high salaried, but dynamism. We have covered almost all aspects in our first 2 guys. 2 for the second person is a 3 or an 11. Oh, no, 2. I'm sorry, is a 1. And 2 to 5 or, wow. Jeez. 2 to 5. That's nice. We're going 9 to 12. That's actually pretty good, really. I like that. I haven't rolled a 2 before. And 1 is going to be 2 to 12. So we're going to have on the same turn again. Now, actually, let's have him knocking guys rare. So this guy might be a good backup because he would be in probably when other backups with poor numbers are in. So he'd be the kind of guy you want coming off the bench. And I did that wrong in the game of the day. When you roll these numbers, even the bench guys come into play because it's abstracted. They might be out there playing during that segment. So I have to include them. I was thinking they were used only when an injury occurred, right? Okay, Kurt Olson, 6. Oh, there we go. We finally have. So Kurt Olson probably is going to be on all of our local posters. Kurt Olson, and I rolled a 6. 2 to 6, 8 to 12. Yeah, it's going to be 2 to 6, baby. And his blocking rating, though, 6. Hot dog. We're going to go on 9 again. I don't know why that went down like that. That's weird. Oh. Okay. Skater 5. There we go, Doug. All right. So right now, Kurt Olson is probably featured on all of our posters, right? Doug Buster Williamson, 6. Hot dog. I take that back. We might have 2 men gracing the posters. 2 is a 1. I rolled a 6. 2 to 6. We're 8 to 12. So we've got a really high priced. And then I rolled a 2, which is 11. 3 or 11. We're going to go 3. Dennis Forda. 3. 3 is 2. And we're going to go 8 to 10. And Forda is a 6. 5 to 9 blocker. We're going to go 5. And last but not least is Mike Smith. Boring old Mike Smith. 3. He's going to be a 2. He's going to be 4 to 6. And his block rating is 5. Is 9 or 5. We're going to go 9 again. Look at the men's blocking. 5, 9, 9, 5, 9. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 salary. Wow. The girls' salary is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Holy cow. So we definitely have a deficient roster for the ladies. But, whoops. But the men's salaries off the charts. The men's salaries 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 24. What are their limits? Oh my God. Although skaters are rated at salary cap number of 4 to 0 for both men and women's squads, the salary cap number is then used to assign their offensive skill numbers. Okay, so we got their cap, we assigned it. Their defensive skills are then decided on the 1 to 6. Got that done, right? The game consists of 4 periods. Yep. Prior to each turn, okay, those are injuries. Those are scoring. That's special rules. So I was doing this part here wrong too. I'd forgotten that not only when you're ahead do you call the scores, but when you're behind, you get to add to your scores. So that was something I was doing wrong yesterday. The biggest mistake I made yesterday was blocking. So if Sally Meacham, if I roll a 5, Sally Meacham would have a chance to score, but let's say somebody on their side has a 5 block. Sally Meacham is knocked down. She can't score at all. So much more valuable. The blocking is much more fun now. You can literally see Armbender knocking somebody flat on their butt. They aren't going to be able to score this turn. So that's pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. Okay. So right now, I don't know if our salary hurts us at all. The one thing I've not done is checked his brilliant rules and book. And then he did a great job with the sample score sheet and a walkthrough. The career mode, here we go. My favorite part of the career sports sims is when the off-season stage, yes. Okay, here we go. Skater values. There's our cap value. Oh, I could have used this. Oh, wait, no, this is how they change. I love it. Do we not have is there a limit? I mean, 17, am I too high? Because these guys are incredible. Now, see, I'm going to need to trade a couple of men, maybe to get a couple of girls. That's what I'll have to do. That's skater changes. Okay, skater changes. Oh, I love it. Look at this. Progression, free agency. I didn't even look at this. I was most concerned about playing the game. Hadn't even looked at this awesome offseason. Trade window. Oh, I love this. All right. Highest, middle, top. Skaters. Do the deal. Sorry, not going to do it. Nope, not yet. I love it. Skater draft. Oh. Signings, releases, and caps. Okay, here we go. Caps. Cap compliance. Where's cap compliance? Oh, where's cap compliance? Once it trades in the draft roster, you also have no squad can have more than 5 skaters and 2 bench starters. I got that totally covered. Here you go in reverse order. The draft you start with the champions. Okay. However, when all is said and done, all teams have to stay within the cap space and roster limit. Does he not put a limit, or is that just for our leagues? Bonus feature, Roller Derby complete. Oh, fast play. Is that what this is? Oh, I love it. Printer friendly option. Oh, hot damn. All right. So I didn't even look at the whole book. I mean, shame on me. I did not look at the whole book. I know that Christopher wrote a superb book, but I hadn't even looked at the career mode. So what is the cap? For instance, an offensive rating of 4, the cap skater drops to 3. Okay, we got that. But is there 37? A team salary cap of most women was 37. So holy cow, we're still only 24. Cap? You got to be kidding me. We are 24 of 37. We're well under, so we're doing good. That's right. Am I reading that right? It's 37. A team cannot exceed the cap. I love that. So he does have it in here. So we are healthily under the cap. However, we are one really, really kind of a one-sided team here. Here's the thing you're going to find about the EGE system, though. Like 1-0, even though you look at your numbers, you think, God, we just don't pay these girls enough. There can be games where I just happen to roll a lot of 11s, and they're going to light it up, right? This is the great thing about the EGE system. It's weighted where, again, the probabilities that they're going to be important on any given turn are obviously weighted to the curve, the 2D12 curve. However, that doesn't guarantee teams are going to be bad or teams are going to play poorly, right? And that's what makes it so fun and elegant. So there you have it, folks. We've spent 20 minutes making the Montrose Dragonfaeries, a menacing flying fairy with a dragon head and tail and tiny little wings, wielding a trident on roller skates. We play on a round and round arena, the old Mac building, which caught fire at some point, and it now sits empty. So it's a great old brick building, but due to the fire, it just sits there. So it's one of those things I could just see back though in the 60s here or 70s in Montrose. This Mac building would have been very popular, and so they would have had a rink put in the building for matches. Okay. Myself, of course, I was famous among my friends growing up I always had a Coca-Cola in my hand. I would literally be finishing one Coke and opening another Coca-Cola. I had a real Coca-Cola addiction as a kid. Always. How I have any teeth left in my head is, Pop-Tarts and Coca-Cola. Unbelievable. How I'm alive today, I don't know. How I have any teeth, I don't know. Wilma, so the only thing real about any of this is the league's real. NSD, those players are real, and I'm real. Everything else is fictional. So for anybody who thinks these are related to any human being I know, no. Right? And we got Wilma Ma Swearington is kind of our coach. Squatty X Pro covered in unrecognizable tats, growls coaching tips and swears a lot. And then, of course, we do have Lights Out Lincoln, and we have Armbender and Dirt. But when I thought, hey, we did pretty good here, we end up with Kurt Olson and Doug Buster Williamson, absolutely stars. And I have 2 men on the bench that I'm going to have to move. I think I'm going to have to trade these guys to try to get another girl probably at some point. Trade one of these guys to put a girl in here. Again, there may not be, I don't know what the trade deadline is. Oh, trade partners. So I'd have to look at the trade rules, but probably between seasons. So I'll have to play the first year with this team. And the men clearly are going to have to carry the ladies, I think, for the first year for the Montrose Dragonfaeries. And we will say, although I was not born when this league started, I think it would be pretty funny if I have graduated from high school and the 19-year-old, right? The 19-year-old is running. There we go. Is running stuff. There it is. You can imagine this 19-year-old high school grad owning a team in Montrose, standing around looking official with a cola. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. I cannot wait to play the Montrose Dragonfaeries. I don't know who will play first. Let's go back up here and take a look at this legitimate league. So now we're gonna deign to destroy the real history of the NSD. So for those who have a real passion for the NSD, forgive me for bastardizing the realities of the sport to squeeze Montrose in here. The Los Angeles T-Birds with Skinny Minnie Miller. The Detroit Devils with Chunky Gail Bowers. Wow, Jazzy Jennifer. Holy cow, Larry, Mr. Excitement Lewis. I love it. Okay. And then we have the New York Bombers with Sweet Stephanie Garcia. Sweet in roller derby. I don't know how you get along. Vicky Longlegs still playing off the bench back. That's amazing. She was featured in my California game, injured in that game. And she's still a 4, 8 through 12 and 4. Damn. On the bench. Wow, look at the bench. 7 of their cap is on the bench. That is so cool. But they're stars. They brought arses to the seats, right? Ticket sales. That is so cool. Oh, look at this. And Dynamite 7. These guys, are they playing like they show up on the weekends and play and then they go back to their big teams? What's up with that? the Chicago Hawks with Tricky Vicky and Mr. Mean Jackson, Sunset Steven Santillan. So, oh my Lord, 4. Wow, the Chicago Hawks are, oh my Lord, they paid a ton of money. I just noticed these salaries. Yeah, we're going to get our butts kicked. And then the Texas Outlaws. So this would end up being our chief rival, closest to Colorado. And we have a lot of Texans in Colorado. They come up in the summer to get away from the heat of Texas. So we have a lot of summer Texans up here in my neck of the woods who'd like to come up and get away from the heat of Texas. And then in the winter, when they can't handle it, they go down to Texas for the winters. So you can imagine there's probably some serious rivalry between the Texas Outlaws and the Montrose Dragonfaeries. Anya, Rosie Bardwell, and again, Gem Roadrunner. And I think we're probably going to match up. Wow, they've got some high-priced ladies here. Roadrunner, they're not paying this guy enough. Wow, so cool. Love it. So we're going to be playing among this group of 5. And I look forward to this little league. Everybody out there have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.